Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Friday again. Now, artists have a way to quench new things, right? We're creators. We love learning all the time. And that's something that we're really good at because we're intuitive, we love new stuff, and we just kind of drawn to it like a sponge or a magnet. But the thing is, not all of us are great implementers. A lot of us are serial learners, okay? Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Ting. I'm an artist and an art business coach, and I teach artists of all levels to market and grow their art business, to live a creative life with time and money freedom. And for the past over 20 years, I've been selling my artwork in various venues as well as galleries. And I also, for the past 13 years, operate my Art Rush Gallery, an award-winning gallery with my husband. Okay, now today we're going to talk about serial learning and implementer. And it is an important topic because I know that a lot of us are such good learners that we really need to put our knowledge and implement them so that we can move forward with our art business. All right. Now, there are a lot of talented artists out there, many talented artists out there, and some of them are doing remarkably well. And some are just kind of, at a standstill. Now, I find the artists that are doing remarkably well are the ones that are actually, they are as much of a serial learner as everybody else, but they actually implement, okay? And they do something with their knowledge every single week. They have goals that they want to set, and they implement it every single day and every single week to keep their business flowing and moving and creating momentum for the business, which is so important, okay? Now, the group that are serial learners, they're learning, they're like sponge, they're learning, they're loving it. It's just, they're addicted to it because it's just an amazing feeling to always be having something new, something shiny. As us creators, we just love something new all the time. And that's the reason why we always create new artwork, because that is an innate need that we have. Now, the serial learners sort of have at a standstill because of the fact that they let their fear stop them from growing. There are reasons for doing that. One of it is because they don't feel confident in themselves. The other is because they don't know where to start, how to start, when to start. And also some of them suffer from perfectionist syndrome, which is very harmful for anybody. Having perfectionist syndrome really slow you down and really stop you because you're judging yourself too hard, right? And I want you to know that, if you want to make your art into business, you have to start somewhere. You have to just basically take the first step and then from there grow and continue to tweak, grow, and learn, right? That's how you do it. And I know it's not easy because we, especially us introverts, right? Going out there is just such a scary thing because you just think, oh my goodness, what if I make a fool out of myself? Don't think that way, folks, okay? Don't think that way. And don't be afraid of failure. It's not a failure if you don't give up. It's only a failure if you give up. It's only a failure if you decided that, that after a few tries that, oh well, I'm not good at this, I give up. Now that is a failure, right? If you don't give up, that means you're just trying new things, and everybody trying new things before they start. We all start off as new beginners, right? That's the way it works. And no one's going to judge you more than you're going to judge yourself. I know that because I'm like that. I judge myself and then I worried about it, and I actually have sleepless nights thinking about it, going, did I do something wrong? Did I, that feeling that you have that you're never enough? Don't do that, okay? I know that, it's not always easy. It's never easy. Being an artist entrepreneur is not easy because you're putting yourself out there all the time. But nothing is really easy. Starting a business is not easy. But the thing is, you got to start somewhere. You got to be a beginner. And I'd much rather you start and take a small step towards your dream than not do anything about it. Because you know what's going to happen, right? Years down the road, you're going to look at your dream again. You're going to say, oh, still sitting on the back burner. And, you try to think about who to blame. But really, who to blame is really yourself. If you haven't seen my Facebook Live recently, about 2 weeks ago, and it's called that you do not need a permission to start your dream. And that is a very important post. If you have a chance, do watch it, because it will definitely encourage you to start, as soon as you can. Now, if ever anyone were to laugh at you, don't listen to them. Those are the naysayers. They're not the doers. They're going to be the ones that are actually going to be, judging you and not doing anything. Okay? Don't listen to them. Put your blinders on. And I want you to focus and just move on and just do your thing. But fear is mainly in your head. Remember that. The fear is in your mind. And if you have people coming into your group or coming into your social media channels and insulting you, well, you know what? One thing you can do is just delete them, right? We don't have to listen to them. Remember this, no business starts out a massive success. Nobody. Unless you're a celebrity and you have an entourage of people supporting you. But it doesn't start off that way, okay? Business does not start off that way. Business starts small. Regular people, business starts small. And there's nothing wrong with starting small. There's nothing wrong with starting small and slow. Nothing at all. I started slow and small. I was in the restaurant business for, a few years. I was in limbo, right? I was in fashion design school for a while, and then I decided that wasn't for me because I love designing, fashion illustration. I excel in it, but I hated the construction part, I hated the sewing part. So I was in limbo doing the restaurant business, and I just disliked it because it wasn't for me. And it was just, I felt like it wasn't, I think it's, mostly because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And I knew that I was always going to be in the creative business. So that wasn't for me. So I started small. I started working and doing art shows. Then I started selling through those venues. And then I got galleries representing me. And then when we, at that time I was in the Cayman Islands. And then when we came back to Canada, I just, my husband and I started opening our own business, selling through art venues as well. And we even did a program in the park, which is basically we sell in the park all the time. And it was really hot, but we did it for 4 years because it was inexpensive. And then we saved enough money and opened our own art gallery, and we grew from there, right? So, it doesn't start glamorous, maybe not. And I was okay with it because I needed to learn everything that I needed to learn in order to, become a success. The thing is, if you start small, you can correct your mistakes along the way. If you decided that you want to start big right away and get a loan and all of that, you may end up failing because you're not quite there yet. You're not quite there because you haven't learned, what you need to learn in order to have a successful art business, okay? Now, right now you're a solopreneur, and that's okay, okay? We're just going to start that way, and that's okay. A new venture is always scary, but what's scarier is not doing anything. That's even scarier. That's even scarier than anything. Not doing anything can really hurt your business and can really hurt your self-confidence. So I don't want you to do that to yourself. And if you've been with me long enough, you've read my blogs, you know enough knowledge to actually start, okay? I have lots and lots of blogs. I start a blog every single week. If you read through my blog, which is buildyourartbusiness.com/blog, you will find there's a lot of knowledge there. All you need to do is implement those knowledge that I shared with you, okay? And you'll get somewhere. And if you don't know, like exactly where to start, how about doing your artist biography? Start there. And if you start there, you're going to be able to do something with it, right? And, if you want to always have some kind of goal every week, which you should, because that's how you grow, is that you got to have goals every single week, and then every single day you have to schedule your goal so that you know exactly where you're going, and you know that the needle of your business is moving, right? So then if you need ideas on actionable tasks, I do have a free download for you, and after I'm finished with this Facebook Live, I'll put it on the link, so grab it, and it's 31 goals to jumpstart your art career, okay? So it has 31 different itineraries, so you basically pick one a week and then get it done. And it's nice and easy. And if you don't want to wait, then it's buildyourartbusiness.com/31-goals-to-jumpstart-your-art-career.html. Okay, it's a little long, so just wait for the link. I'll post it as soon as I'm done with here. And if you And basically, come if you need, you know, like if you need accountability partners and all of that, come and join my Facebook group. It's a great group and it's free, and you get to, you know, implement your knowledge, and you get to set up goals every week, and you get to talk about your wins, you get to share your artwork, and you get to be with like-minded artists just like you. Okay, so again, I'll put on the link after I'm done with this Facebook Live. One important notification I want to tell you, and that is next week I'm going to start my Facebook Live on Thursday instead at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, I just find that's a better time because, you know, the weekend is coming, and you know, we're not really, most of us are already in the weekend mode. So I'm going to do it on Thursday instead at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And if you find this Mindset Live, Facebook Live, helped you and that you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, or, you know, leave your favorite emoji for me. All right, thank you so much, and I shall see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.